Talk to me as if I was that guy who was an utterly ignorant type 1 diabetic who was operating under the standard.
Just as with any other medication, we have different varieties of hypertension medication, for example. Some are in more sort of dense doses, and some have a different sort of action profile. Some, I mean, the different ones have different side effects, for example, right? The insulin is the same. There are different types of insulin available to us, and each type of insulin plays a different role. They don't all do the same thing. Fast-acting insulin, for example, might peak or start reducing your blood sugar in as little as 20 minutes. Rapid, fast, super fast insulins. Whereas a long-acting insulin that people usually take to keep their blood sugar steady all day long, that doesn't have that rapid action profile. So it's going to keep you steady for about 24, some more, some less, but 24, roughly 24 hours. So there are different types of insulin out there. As a patient, as a type 1, you need to recognize, first, you need to understand what's available to you, what's in the market, and what's best for you. You need to tell your endo, this is the insulin. I have done my research, and this is the insulin I believe will benefit me more. It's not up to your endo. Your endo can recommend something to you. You're not forced to take it. If you
So,
don't agree with it, you don't have to take it, because endocrinologists often act, it's okay. So let me just share all insurance problems or whatever it is here in the US. Or let me just change it for you without any discussion with their patients. Their patients don't understand why their insulin was changed, and they don't understand. Now, that's the harmful part. They don't understand that the new insulin their endo put them on is not identical in its action profile as the insulin that they were on previously. It may be cheaper, it may be more expensive, whatever it is, whatever the endo's reasons, they're not the same. As a patient, you have to understand what insulin is doing and accordingly inject the right dose at the right time to meet your daily needs. That's a lot to learn and process if you're
yeah, it
newly.
is. Well,
How
where do they start?
it's key though. I mean, it's key. I always start with the diet. I always start with the diet because, as I said previously, I mean, there is no insulin out there that's going to meet your body's needs and normalize your blood sugars when you are eating processed junk foods, high carbohydrate foods, right? I mean, no insulin can do the job, right? If you fix the diet, now we can talk. We can look at your insulin and we can see how we can tweak and adjust and maybe even change. But you have to know, also have to know what's good about the type of insulin your endo's given you and what side effects, because like any medication, some insulins have side effects too. We never even talk about these. For example, there's a type of insulin that's made of a more acidic solution. It's the common Lantus, for example, that most people use. And if you hit a if you hit a vein by mistake when you're injecting, that's going to crash your blood sugars almost instantly. That's something. It's not my job. I shouldn't be in a position where I'm sharing this information with my patients for the first time. I know you're using Lantus, but just be aware of it. Your endo should have told you that. So this is where my approach is different. And of course, I'm not the only one in this space who's working with type 1 diabetics. There are many others who you're probably familiar with, Jack, but we're all doing the same thing. We want to empower patients to take charge of their health, to know exactly what to do when they have a high, when they have a low. In fact, how to prevent the highs and lows, how to minimize the highs and lows, if you like. This is a disease that needs management, like on an hourly basis. You can't take your eyes off it. So you need to understand Insulin, because it's key. Diet part
So,
is the easier part. The key is insulin.